Hey, what's going on, guys? This is KNasty39 here. Welcome back to another Detroit Tigers franchise episode number 18. As you can see, we won the World Series last year. We were dominant in the playoffs. We have won two World Series in 4 years, been to 3 of the last 4 World Series. Now, we struggled in the regular season due to our rotation depth. Now, Salazar pitched well, but he's getting up there in age. The youngsters didn't really pitch. Our bullpen kind of struggled. They're good overalls. They just didn't pitch amazing. Giles struggled. Kotz pitched well. McClure kind of struggled, but pitched great in the in the playoffs. Even though I think he had just a couple, 1 or 2 bad starts, if I remember correctly. Hernandez pitched bad in the regular season, but really good in the playoffs. But we need to upgrade that our pitching depth, I feel like, in the offseason, because we are in the offseason for 2022 to 2023. One of our coaches retired. Chad Huffman, this guy. Retired. I don't really care. Wade Davis retired for the Red Sox. That's good. They're a team we are playing in the playoffs frequently, so I'm glad someone on their team retired. Not a Hall of Famer, but a very good career. Let's see. Evan Longoria. He finished his career with the Rays on this. Not a Hall of Famer in this, I don't think. Jay Bruce not going to be a Hall of Famer, even though he did hit over 400 career home runs, which is very impressive for him. Justin Upton hit over 400 home runs as well. Finished strong his last couple years. I'm shocked he retired. Dallas Keuchel was kind of a late bloomer. I don't want to say a late bloomer. I guess that's incorrect, but I think he wasn't like a really young prospect who came up. JD Martinez retired with only... Dude could still hit. He's still... Man. Daniel Murphy. Joey Votto, I think, should be a Hall of Famer. 400 career home runs, an on-base percentage of 407. His career WAR is going to be really high. 83.1, that's a Hall of Famer, even though I'm not sure he's going to get it, but let's see. He got it. Good. I'm glad they recognize the greatness of Joey Votto. He's one of the most underrated players of this generation, so I'm glad in this game he got into the Hall of Fame. So, here we are. We have some decisions, I guess, to make. Michael Fulmer has, he's a 95 overall. Has he pitched like a 95 overall? Exactly. Now, what does he want? $30 million a year. I might say no on that. I legitimately might. Johnny Peralta, this is like my favorite player of all time. So luckily we can lock him up for 4 years at that contract. I'm going to do that because that way he's going to be locked up to his 26, 1 year before he's a free agent. Wilson Contreras had an amazing playoff. Not a great regular season, but amazing playoff. Before we go any further, let's tender a qualifying offer to some of these guys. Man, we have a lot of free agents. Contreras, what does he want for a contract? $30 million. All right, no. Alex Smith, I want to keep. His ability to steal bases, get on base, play good defense, I want for the right price. I'll do 3 years at $19 million. Now, we're the Tigers. We can afford a little bit more than when we were the Oakland A's. McClure, he is, only 4 years of service time, so we can give him like a 2-year. Now, he's not going to be our closer, but we can bring that money down to, it's going to be about a $10 million, I think, for 2 years, roughly. A little less. There we go, 9.5. Ken Giles, I'll bring back Ken Giles. He struggled, but he should be 8.7. I'm not going to bring him back. Moustakas, he really struggled this year. Might be time to move on from him. $12 million, yeah, no, not going to happen. Osuna, he's only 28, but he's not. 7.6. I feel like we can get cheaper bullpen options. Neil Kotz, I'll bring back at the right price. $2.9 million, that's what I'm looking for. Brian Flynn, another lefty, kind of struggled, but you know what? $6.5 million? No, we're good. All right, we got Chris Olivo. He's a youngster. Okay, so I guess I'm going to bring back Michael Fulmer because I think our offense is good enough that if we get more of a defensive-minded catcher, we can survive off that. We need more pitching depth. And Fulmer's 30. Contreras is 30 as well, but I don't want to give you 5 years. I'll give you 3 years. That being said, we're going to get at least 1 draft pick. I'm not going to do qualifying offers for these guys. I don't think I think they would just stay with us. Other than that, I think I'm just going to skip the rest of this, guys, and you can. I'll show you guys the finished product. All right, guys. So we went through all that. Not really a whole lot we did. It's just offering these guys just some contracts. Now we're going to see if we can get these guys to sign these deals, and if so, I might. If Fulmer signs his deal and everyone else says, I'll see if we can afford Contreras' contract. We'll see. So far, we haven't seen any of these guys accept an offer. Fulmer did 3 years, $93 million. All right, that's great. So, really, it's Malik Smith they're waiting on, so I'd rather have Malik Smith than Contreras for the money they're asking. Unfortunately, Malix isn't really accepting it, even though he likes it. Come on now, let's make a decision. There we go. All right, so we can't afford 29. We can afford, it's going to be, I'm looking at the cash flow. Basically, we're going to have to get it down to like 25 million. So, I mean, we can think about it this way. We can sign him and go bargain everywhere else. It would cost us like 24 million. Now, he does actually want to stay with us for that deal. But I feel like we can use that 25 million to improve the team other ways. So let's take a look what we got. So Fulmer, Salazar, Reyes, these guys I like. Franklin Perez struggled. I might move on from. There's 4 million we could save. He's only 25. He's an 83 overall. Sixto Sanchez, control issues, kind of struggle. Maybe we move on from him. Ruben Bacon, I want to give him a chance, mostly because of his name, which is probably stupid. Lang, he's 27. Rico Rios, he's a youngster. He's working his way up. Maybe we can, Steven Yang struggled mightily last year, so I think he's best to be in AAA to start next year. So let's see. We got 1, 2, 3. Let's put Bacon as a 4. We need to get like one more starter. Maybe get like an older guy and let Bacon be like the number 5. Bullpen, we got 2 80-pluses here in Kotz and Flynn. They're both lefties. We got Hernandez, McClure. These guys have not signed deals because they were asking for way too much. And we have Olivo. This youngster, 23 years old. I'm going to add him to the 40-man right now. So I want one more bullpen arm, maybe get like a mid-80s right-hander. Catcher, we had Jake Rogers. We used him for a year. Didn't really pan out. So he could be a backup. That's fine. These youngsters are not ready yet. First base and DH were golden. McKay and Peralta. Peralta's actually, his fielding's going up. Like, maybe his durability is plenty good enough to be everyday. But McKay has good fielding and durability. So while McKay hits well enough, like, I mean, I kind of wish a little bit more power, but gets on base, that's not a bad player. Second base, Tabata really struggled. I'm not as high as I was. That being said, for $2 million at second base, it's not a bad deal. We need to find a third baseman. That's something. Nolan Jones, maybe. That's like a maybe worst case scenario. Colton Welker is more of a super utility guy. Schaefer has some good right-handed pop, but I think that's best as a bench bat. Shortstop, we got Correa. Alexander could be a trade chip. Left field is Gomez. Center field, we re-signed Alex Smith. We have Dylan White, who is... I'm not sure he's going to find a spot in our team because we got Haniger in right field, who did really well last year. So I think Dylan White is a trade chip. Now, Espinosa's only 21. He's an A potential. So maybe in a year or two when Haniger's gone, Espinosa's ready. So we can trade White to get a third baseman or a catcher or a starter. We can trade Stoller, what's his name? Rios, Alexander. We can trade Nolan Jones. I might want to hang on to because we're going to let go of Moustakas. Maybe we'll keep Moustakas if his demands and contract goes down. So let's take a look at free agency. And there are some big names. Moncada, who's a 99, but doesn't really look like a 99. Had a great last couple years, I'll say that. Severino's a free agent. Really good pitcher. Gallo. I really want to get Gallo because that dude can hit home runs. But like I said, he's probably going to ask for way too much money. Yep, $31 million. Benintendi's a free agent. Now, Barrios must have got traded. Yeah, he got traded during the regular season, so there is no draft pick tied to Jose Barrios. That is making me really think about getting this guy. Because look at his ERA the last 5 years. 2.93, 3.13, a 4.01, but then a 2.21 and a 2.86. Like, 4 out of 5 years, his ERA has been 3 or lower. So, I mean, what does he want? He wants $31 million. I would rather, like, get Barrios than get Contreras. So, let's try to clear up some money. And I think that starts with trading Franklin Perez, who has a ton of value out there on the streets. So let's go find a catcher. And I'd rather get someone cheap. Tyler Stevenson, I almost would rather just get a dominant defensive catcher. But again, they need to be cheap. Like if we trade and get Salvador Perez, yeah, he's a great defensive catcher. However, he's $13 million against our books. So we can't really do that. Yeah, no, too expensive. McCann? Not dominant defensively, nope. This guy's intriguing. I would love to get my paws on Jimenez from the Braves. Is that the Braves? Yes, the Braves. But he hasn't signed yet, but that could be someone we can try to get. That actually might be our catcher of the future. I'm going to try to get Jimenez. We have the prospects to get him, or the players. I mean, we can trade Sixto. We can trade Perez. So, let's do this. So, Barrios, we can't afford that deal. But let's bring it down. Bring it down a notch to what we can afford. And then we'll try to sweeten the pot elsewhere. Like, for instance, we'll give you a player option. He's only 28, so a 5-year deal, I'm okay with that. Unfortunately, we're going to have to go down a lot. There we go. Player option. We'll see if he accepts it. Damn it. It's day one. At least he said, no, thank you. We're going to the Angels. He got his money. All right, so plan B. Relievers. There's Osuna's going to get paid, so he's going to get paid. Diaz is out there, does not have a qualifying offer attached to him. $9 million, perhaps. Oh, we don't have Flynn. That's right. He was asking for like $7 million, so we might want to get another reliever. Leclerc pitched okay. $7 million. I don't want to pay $7 million. I mean, I can just go and trade and get some guys cheap. I might just do that. Catchers, there's Wilson Contreras, and that's pretty much it. Vasquez is a good defensive catcher, but not great. Like I said, I want to go up to that Jimenez guy. Third base, do we splurge for Devers because he can field? Now, his overall is dropping, which is kind of weird. Like, you can see he got a lot worse last year. He struggled mightily, too. Maybe he was just upset. And I don't think, because we can't afford that full contract. Bregman now? Again, great defense, but I don't know. Chapman does have amazing defense. Kind of struggled, but he might be able to get him really cheap. Oh, $10 million now. Rio Ruiz, good defensive third baseman. Not bad, actually. I mean, so he has 87 fielding, 85 arm. He hit 253 with 26 home runs, got on base a solid clip 331. His wins above replacement last year was 3.5. That's higher than Moustakas is, I believe. Let's see, what was Moustakas? A 2.1, yeah. So, how much does he want? $11 million a year. Jeez. I mean, there's guys like Jose Ramirez who, for some reason, are awful in this game, but he's amazing in real life. Jake Lamb hits for power versus right. Had a really good year. In a really good year. What does he want? 4? That's an option. Now, no one's offering him anything yet. So, let's see, I guess, what happens. But maybe Contreras accepts his qualifying offer. He may. Because I don't think he would, but maybe. Manny Margot is an Astro. Wilson Contreras is a Yankee. All right, well, there goes that. So now we might actually have more money to play with because we don't have the qualifying offer stuck to us. So now we might be able to go get someone else. And, let's see. If I go after Devers, okay, we still can't afford it. Maybe we can. It just let us do it. I would take Devers because he can hit and he can field. In real life, he's not. Right now, he's not a good fielder. But a 5-year deal and I gave him a player option that 5th year. I'll give up a draft pick if we get a 26-year-old stud. Let's see if we can get Devers. Iglesias is a Brewer, former Tiger. Oh, we got Devers. We were able to afford him. All right, our offense is good now. 5 years, 28 minutes. I'm going to take a chance. He struggled last year, but I think he'll turn it around. Damn, let's go. Philip Ervin is a Red Sox. Ken Giles is a Ranger. So we do need to get the bullpen. Bryce Hoskins is a Giant. So we need to get a bullpen. We need to get a catcher. And then maybe another starter. Joey Gallo actually, we do need another starter. Raul Mondesi. I mean, we have those young guys, but I think they're going to go after other pieces. We can get like a cheap starter who's pitched well. Dansby Swanson is a Pirate. All right, let's go make sure our team's all set for the 40-man roster. All right, no, I doubt you're available for it. Nope. You're 28, so you might be, but nope, we already saved him. All right. We still have Stram on the roster. I mean, he could be a guy we can call up. Yeah, so we need to get a couple bullpen arms. Catchers, these guys aren't ready yet. I mean, Cortez is an intriguing bat. Unfortunately, can't field. Volpe is just nothing really right now. Same with Arias, but they're projects. Let them just develop, turn into something. All right, Espinosa's a guy I'm high on too. I mean, look at this. Like, he could be a really good player. This is kind of what Peralta was 2 years ago. Then he just shot up through the system. Second base, we're fine. Nolan Jones. So we can get Nolan Jones cannot be a trade chip. We obviously will not be needing him. That we have Devers on the books. Alexander is not eligible for the Rule 5. Stewart might be. Nope, you're too young. White might be. He is not. Espinosa is not. So I will trade White. I will not trade Espinoza. And you're too young. All right. So we will now, let's see. We need to hire a first base coach. So let's take care of that. -1 durability. Actually, let's do this. +2 speed, +2 blocking, my arm strength. But that's fine. Tapia is a Padre, stays in the NL West. Ahmad Rosario is a Oriole, 5-year, $116 million deal for the very good defensive shortstop. Ian Happ is an Angel. Bregman is a D-back. All right, so he's going out to the desert. Moustakas, you got a $2-year, $20 million deal. Good job for you, Moose. Good luck to you in Atlanta. Just for us, didn't make sense. Marquez is a Cardinal. We got the first base coach. Angels are offensive trade. Colton Welker, who I kind of like just to keep for a future. I want Welker because I don't think he's probably 1 more year away from being in the big leagues, but he has great value that he can play third, second, short, and all the outfield. So, no, I'm good. Rule 5 draft, we might be able to find a reliever or something in here. Let's see. Now, we aren't going to have a first-round pick in this year's draft again because we signed Devers. We got to keep that in mind. I might take this McConnell guy, left-handed pitcher, has a good strikeout rate. So let's draft him. We'll have him on the big league roster. And if he struggles, then we'll just relinquish his rights and let him go back to the team. But there we go. The Rule 5 draft is done. Harvey is an Indian. Okay. Freddie Freeman's a Mariner for Dylan Bundy and Anderson Tejeda. Almides Diaz is going to the Cubs and Blue Jays. You just offered me the exact same trade 4 weeks ago. Patrick Corbin's a Mariner. Okay. It's kind of just lagging there. Taylor Motter is going to the Braves. Got some nice hair, Taylor. All right. So let's see if we can make these trades now. So it was on the Braves. Where was he? Jimenez. They may just want, even though the bar will match, they may just not do it. So if I give up Sixto and Franklin Perez, we get this catcher who I am super high on. They may not even do it, but let's try it. Yeah, maybe if we sweeten the pot with... Let's see, does that sweeten the pot? Does that work? Nope. Nope. Okay, that's not going to work. I'm trying to think of anyone else, but I just don't think they want to trade him, and I don't blame him for not wanting to trade the guy. The guy looks really good. Looks really freaking good. All right, so we got to find another catcher then. Garver, maybe? Has good power. I actually like this option. Last year, in his first really year that he had over 400 at-bats, hit 21 home runs, low average, low on base, not that great on base, but does hit power, does have good defense. Now, I'm not giving up both Perez and Sanchez. In fact, I can probably give up Nolan Jones could be the centerpiece. We have to take money. We have to give up money because we are so short on cash because we signed. I might give up Goodrum. Yeah, he's a good fielder and he can play a bunch of positions, but we're gonna have to give. If I give him up, we can then get this trade to work, and then we can just have Welker come up and play in the bigs, I guess. We just need to include another piece. Let's see here. I can give up Arias. Let's do that, and we get Mitch Garver. They don't want to do it. That's really annoying. Maybe I include, excuse me, another pitcher. No, all right, they don't want to give him up. All right, time to move on to another plan. Ruiz, nah, he doesn't really do anything great. Zanino's no. Logan Ice, maybe he's 27-year-old, 84 overall. Nothing crazy good, but I mean, we can give it a try. Goodrum and Nolan Jones gets the trade to work perfectly, so let's try that. There we go. We got our catcher, Logan Ice. It's a great name. Within the division, I mean, he gets playing time. Maybe he turns into something. We'll see. So we need to get. I want to get one more starter. We can I'll trade both of these guys if we can get the starter that I want. So let's take a look at some. And I want to get someone who has performed. These guys have not performed in the bigs yet, and I'm kind of getting impatient waiting because Salazar's 33. Reyes has performed. He's a youngster who's performed, so we need to find a guy who can do it. No, obviously we can't get and also we can't really take more than $5 million, maybe $6 million in salary. Kenta, he's 34 now. Realistically, like a 25-year-old guy would be awesome to get. Marquez, has he performed pretty well? Last year, he's kind of off and on, so nah. Glass, no, he's not even signed. Some of these guys have arbitration. So let's wait. Let's go to like here. That way arbitration's done and all these guys have been signed. So Perez, Sanchez. I'll trade them both if we can get the guy that fits what we're looking for. Michael Kopech, maybe? I see. He's a guy who just hasn't put together yet. Matt Harvey, obviously no. Tristan McKenzie, he pitched well in the playoffs. I do remember that name. That's what brought me to it. Cliff Elmore is a lefty. Has pitched really well last 2 years. This could be intriguing. Now, would the Minnesota trade? They would do the trade, but we're going to have to figure out money, I think. So I can actually don't even have to include Sixto, actually. No, it says money doesn't work, but we can get that to work. I can figure it out. I could trade Jake Rogers, and that gets the money to work. And him as a backup catcher, we can move on and we can get someone else. But let's see what else is out there for money saving. We are really on the. There we go. We include Dylan White, and we get Elmore, who's 27, lefty. Last 2 years has pitched really well. Will they do the trade? They will. All right. So now I just want to get another bullpen arm. So let's see what's out there, and it has to be cheap. Like it has to be literally like $1 million. I'm almost just looking for a youngster who's like on his rookie deal, who's like this guy right here, Kenny McDonald, 78 overall, B potential, throws left-handed. So let's see, we could include. I might keep Sixto, I guess. Well, Alex Lang. They want more, but we can include a little bit more. Is there some I could include? No, I'm going to keep Stephen Yang. I'm trying to think if there's any. I mean, I can include this. No, I want to keep McRae for a bench bat. I want to keep Schaefer because he has great power. Oh, Kyron's making $430K a year? Yeah, we'll get rid of you. That will save us. We'll actually get money out of that. Boom. I think we're good now. We can finish up this episode, boys. And I think our team, excuse me, got better. I think we actually got better. So, Fulmer, Elmore, Reyes, Salazar, and Sixto. Ruben will be the long man. Excuse me. And there's our bullpen. Now, Jimenez, he's 28. We'll give him a try. Let's just make sure we're not like, sometimes they just call down people for no reason whatsoever. I want McDonald up instead of Jimenez. He has to clear waivers. He'll pass him. We have a very lefty-dominant bullpen. I just realized that. That might be an issue, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, that's something. What I'll probably do is if one of these guys is struggling, we'll get a right-handed bullpen arm. All right. The lineup. I want Peralta batting second. Let's go Smith, Peralta, Correa. Actually, let's go Devers, Correa, Gomez, Haniger, McKay. There we go. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, switch. Boom. That's really good. This lineup is going to hit. It's going to hit very well. All right. And like the thing I like about Devers and Correa is Correa is not as good versus lefties, but they're good versus both, which I like a lot. All right, let's bring you there. And let's bring this. Boom. There we go. Wow, our AAA team needs some players, so let's add that real quick, and then we'll finish the video, guys. Hope you did enjoy this. Drop a like if you did. I had fun making the video. This was a very fun video. I think we're better. We'll see. Like, we struggled during the regular season last year. We dominated in the playoffs. We just absolutely dominated in the playoffs, but I want to be able to have a week off. Basically a week off in regards to our the wildcard game, because that kind of sucked. But it didn't really cost us anything. Let's take a real quick look at the top prospects, I guess. We have number 6 Enrico Rios, a starting pitcher, 77 overall, 22 years old. Look at this for the White Sox. They got 3, 4, kind of like this Pat Owen got a lot, and 5. I like Sandoval a lot. That's kind of worrisome because they are in our division. Anyone else from Detroit? Okay, we still have Espinoza. He's in AAA. And, I mean, this is the problem that we are giving up. Danny Green, this guy I'm not really high on at all. We're giving up all our first-round draft picks by signing these guys. But luckily, the guys we're signing are young. Like, Correa's 28. We signed him at 27. Devers is 26. And we do have these young guys. So, I think that's good, guys. There's the video. Hope you enjoyed. Drop a like if you did. I will talk to you later, boys. Take it easy. Peace.